I want to start with a concept that it usually sounds a bit like magic, but in our world, it's really just a sign of great engineering.
Invisibility.
Exactly. Invisibility. We only ever seem to notice the hardware in a conference room when it's failing us.
Or when you see that, that snake pit of tangled wires all over the table,
Yeah.
that's the universal friction point.
It is. If you're noticing the cables, something's already gone wrong. And that brings us right to our subject for today's deep dive.
The Kramer KRT-3-A audio cable retractor.
A very technical name for a device that's designed to solve that exact, very human problem of clutter.
Right. And looking at the specs, this isn't just some plastic spool you'd throw in a drawer. This is a properly engineered housing mechanism.
So let's unpack the mechanics. They mentioned this stop-and-go feature. What does that actually mean for the person trying to plug in their laptop?
Well, it really comes down to tactile feedback. Inside the housing, there's a spring-loaded ratchet mechanism.
Okay.
So when you pull the cable out, and this thing gives you a lot of reach.
Yeah, how much are we talking?
Up to 1.8 meters, so that's, roughly 5.9 feet. And as you pull, it automatically locks at whatever length you need.
Which is so critical. There's nothing worse than a cable that's constantly trying to yank itself back into the table.
Exactly. The lock means you get a tension-free connection. You pull it, it clicks, and it just stays put.
And then when you're done,
A simple tug. Just a little pull releases the catch, and the spring just retracts it smoothly back into the housing.
so it gets rid of that awkward moment of, should I try to coil this up or just leave a mess for the next person?
Precisely. Now, we should get specific here. This is the A model.
Right, for audio.
For audio, yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically, a 3.5 millimeter mini jack.
And the documentation highlights a really specific signal flow. It has a female input and a male output. Why is that distinction important?
It's all about bridging the gap for the installer. The female input on the housing lets them connect this retractor to the room's existing AV system.
So like a long cable run under the floor or something.
Right. You just plug the room system into the back of this unit. No soldering, no splicing. Then the male end is the part the user pulls out.
So it's basically an extension cord for the building's nervous system.
That's a great way to put it.
Speaking of installation, it seems really flexible. You can just mount it directly under a table, can't you?
You can, yeah. It's designed for what they call furniture-mounted installation. A few screws, and it's attached right under a tabletop.
So it just kind of floats there, ready to go. But the real power move, looking at the material, seems to be the integration with the whole Kramer ecosystem.
Oh, absolutely. That's where the design really shines. If you're outfitting a high-end boardroom, you're probably using their TBUS units.
Those enclosures that sit flush in the table.
Exactly. And the KRT-3A is made to just slide perfectly into those systems, the TBUS 1AXL, the 10XL.
And the UTBUS models too, right?
The UTBUS 1XL and 2XL, yeah. It basically functions like a cartridge system. You're not stuck with one permanent setup.
And that's key because this is part of the larger KRT-3 series. It's not only for audio.
No, and that's the beauty of this whole modular approach. Today, we're focused on audio, but this same housing is used for HDMI, VGA, LAN, USB, even DisplayPort.
So you can mix and match them inside a single TBUS unit.
You can build the exact connection panel that room needs. It's about future-proofing, really. If a standard changes, you just swap the retractor, not the entire table.
So if we boil this all down, the KRT-3A is really about two things. Simple and flexible installation for the tech crews.
And convenient connecting for the actual user. It just removes all that friction before a meeting can even start. Good tech should just work.
And you know, that leads me to a final thought I want to leave everyone with. We often praise design that's flashy or really beautiful to look at.
Sure.
But with a device like this, like a spring-loaded retractor, the entire goal of all that complex engineering is invisibility.
That's a great point. The amount of work that goes into making you forget a device even exists until the second you need it, that's its own kind of design genius.
So next time you're at a nice, clean conference table, maybe take a peek underneath, you might just find a KRT-3 doing all the hard work. Thanks for listening.